Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Friday, February 9th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing every single night, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So, today was a crazy day in the NBA between all the trades, between the news with Westbrook and Carmelo. We didn't get till after lock. There was a lot of things going on. Good thing the money team, we cashed on Fanduel, literally missed by 2 points on DraftKings. We were right there. It was a great lineup. Got bumped out in garbage time, but it's all good. And another thing is I ran a contest today. We got one lucky winner. He won a free Fanduel and DraftKings lineup, absolutely free. I want to run this back tomorrow as well. So how this contest is gonna work is all you have to do is click the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and comment your name below. That's all you got to do. The only catch is this video has to get 200 likes. If the video gets 200 likes, and as long as it does, and you comment your name below, you're going to be entered. As soon as the video gets 200 likes, I don't care what time it is tomorrow, give me 15-20 minutes after that. I'll announce the winner, and I'll post the video on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you got. Please make sure and follow me at RotoBeast. That's actually the best way to get a hold of me as well if you got lineup questions throughout the day. Hey, I want to give away some free stuff. I know you guys like free stuff. So all you got to do is like the video, comment your name below, make sure we get those 200 likes, and I'm giving away another free Fanduel and DraftKings lineup to one of you lucky listeners. So we got a 9-game slate. We're quickly going to go through the slate because we got so much stuff that we're waiting on that we need to wait on for tomorrow. 5 of the 9 games don't even have totals. A lot of these trades that went through today are not even going to get finalized tomorrow. So we're going to have to see, what we can kind of dig up with the news tomorrow. But we'll jump into the slate. We got New Orleans at Philadelphia. This game has a 221 implied total. Philadelphia is favored by 5.5. Then we got Minnesota going into Chicago to face the Bulls. This game has a 216.5 implied total. Minnesota is favored by 6.5. Then we got the Clippers going into Detroit to face the Pistons. This game has a 216.5 implied total. Detroit's favored by 3. Just remember, this is Blake Griffin going against his old team, and this is Avery Bradley and Tobias Harris going against their old team. So this should be a really good game, very competitive. Last game that we got news on is Milwaukee going into Miami to face the Heat. This game has a 198.5 implied total. Miami's favored by 1.5. So that's kind of where we're at. That's all we got so far. Other games that we got is we got Cleveland going into Atlanta to face the Hawks. Indiana going into Boston to face the Celtics. Denver going into Houston to face the Rockets. Charlotte going into Utah to face the Jazz. And Portland going into Sac to face the Kings. A bunch of these games I just mentioned also are going to be on a back-to-back. So like I said, just kind of wait it out tomorrow, see what kind of news that we can find out. So let's just jump into these picks, get it done real quick. And I was finally feeling better, and I'm starting to, I'm starting to get sick again or what's going on. But, hey, so we got Chris Paul. His stuff is his fantasy production is a little bit down just because James Harden is, healthy. Both of them take away from each other a little bit. But he's still not been doing bad. He's actually still got you 44 fantasy points in 3 straight games. For him to hit value, you need 49. I like him in an up-tempo game against Denver. Lillard, Walker, both of these guys are solid plays. Problem with them is both of them are on back-to-backs. You got Rubio. His price tag's up a little bit. It's kind of what I'm like about Rubio. Irving's on a back-to-back, so be careful with that. Then you got Bledsoe going against Miami. It's not the best matchup, but he's been playing well. He's coming off 2 games of 41 and 42 fantasy points. For him to hit value, you need about 37. He's averaging 33 on the season. I think it's a very fair price tag. Next, we got Goran Dragic. He's playing very well. You need 36 for him to hit value. Going against the Bucks, he's playing a tons of minutes. He's got you at least 33 fantasy points in 3 straight games. A lot of people are injured on this team. That's probably one of the reasons that we're waiting on. Actually, this game actually has a line, which is kind of weird. I thought this was one of them. But, yeah, so, I think there's still some stuff we do got to wait on to kind of see what we can come up with in this game. Then we got Jeff Teague. He's a guy I'm really liking. We played him last game going against the Cavs, and he didn't disappoint. He got us 42 fantasy points in 38 minutes. If he's going to play even 35 minutes, I mean, he's too cheap. You need 30 for him to hit value. He's averaging 30 on the season. Jeff T, great play. And like I said, you're waiting on Ellington, and you're waiting on a couple other pieces of news. But somebody you can look at on the cheap, Tyler Johnson. All you need is 21 for him to hit value. He's got you 31 or more minutes in 4 of the past 5 games. I know he hasn't been playing the best, but he's a guy that we've seen in the past that could definitely fill up the stat sheet. You might as well buy low on the cheaper end. Next, we got shooting guard James Harden. Anytime he's on the slate, you got to definitely consider him. Up-tempo game going against Denver. It's going to be a very fast-paced game. Coming off a monster game. He's playing very, very well. For him to hit value, we need about 54. He's averaging 54 on the season. Harden, a great play. I like Drew Holiday. He's very consistent. His minutes are there. They need him to score with Boogie Cousins out. He's playing, 35, 36 minutes a game. He's averaging 36 fantasy points on the season. For him to hit value, you need about 37, 38. Right there what he's averaging. So I think he's a very good play. You got Will Barton, up-tempo game against Houston. He's playing massive minutes. He's playing, 33 to 35 minutes a game. And he's a guy who's got you at least 30 fantasy points in 5 straight games. For him to hit value, you need about 37. I'm really liking Barton. Then we could go, revenge game. You got him going against his old team, the Timberwolves. His minutes are starting to trend up. You got 31 minutes in 2 straight games. He's scoring the ball very, very well. He's got you at least 34 fantasy points in 3 straight. For him to hit value, you need 36. I like him in this spot, especially if we hear his minutes are going to go up a couple more. Gary Harris going against Houston. He's a guy who just plays a tons of minutes. He does a little bit of everything. He plays defense. He's going to get James Harden's defense. You need 32 for him to hit value. He's averaging 30 on the season. Gary Harris is in a good spot. There's a lot of really good shooting guards. You could go to Batum. The one thing about him, he's on a back-to-back, going to his Jazz, so he's kind of scary. For me, he's a GPP play, especially playing 39 minutes against Portland. But he's somebody I'll just quickly mention. You need 31 for him to hit value. He's got you at least 26 in 6 straight games. He's very consistent. Like I said, the only thing about him is just keep an eye on the back-to-back if you hear he's going to sit or what's going on with that. Lastly, a shoot guard, you can look at Avery Bradley. Going against his old team, revenge game. He's going to play around 30 minutes. For him to hit value, we need 23, 24. He's coming off a 27-point game where he did a little bit of everything. I like him on the cheap end. Small forward, I think LeBron, you're going to have to lock in. Cleveland, they made so many trades today. They're missing tons of people. He's coming off a days of rest, so I like him. I think he's definitely going to be a high-owned play tomorrow. We might as well just add him to small forward. They have nobody else to really play. You got Antetokounmpo going against Miami, not the best matchup. Miami's a pretty good defensive team. I definitely prefer LeBron James, but he was in this matchup not too long ago. Played 38 minutes and got his 54 fantasy points, so he could definitely get there. He's a guy that you could definitely pivot off of LeBron with, and he has the same upside. Jimmy Butler going against his old team. You need 49 for him to hit value. He's averaging 42 on the season. And he's got you at least 40 in 4 straight games with the 54 spot going against Cleveland, 54 spot against New Orleans. The guy's just doing a little bit of everything, filling up the stat sheet. I'm really loving Butler. The problem is with Butler, like I said, is LeBron's probably going to be crazy chalk. But Richardson, you need 35 for him to hit value. He's playing massive minutes. He's coming off a massive game, 47 fantasy points. I'm not chasing that game, but he's been very consistent. You need 35 for him to hit value. He's averaging 27 on the season. I actually really like Richardson in this spot. You can look at Lance. I don't know what's going on with their rotation. I don't know exactly. We've only had 1 game since Carlson's been out, but he did play 37 minutes in that game, and he filled up the stat sheet. I understand that Oladipo was out, but even if his minutes dropped down to, say, 31 or 32, he's a guy that we know could definitely fill up the stat sheet. In 23 minutes, the game previous against Philadelphia, he went off for 37 fantasy points, so he definitely has massive upside. So listen tomorrow, see if you can get some information on the rotation. Lastly, a guy on the cheaper end, Winslow. He's starting for Miami. He's getting back in the flow of things. You need 22 for him to hit value. He's averaging 18 on the season. And he's got you at least So we'll take out this Houston game. He had a bad game, but before that, 34, 16, 22, 27. On this price tag, it's fair, and I like it. I think he could definitely have a good game against Milwaukee. I think he's a solid play on the low end. Maybe a little bit more GPP, though. Power forward Blake going against his old team. I think he's going to definitely destroy them. He's been playing well since getting to Detroit. He's got you at least 37 fantasy points. For him to hit value, we need 46. I'm really liking him in this spot. Then we got Harris on the other side of the ball. Since he's played 33 and 35 minutes, got you 34 and 36 fantasy points. Then since joining the Clippers, both of these guys are revenge games. Both of them can have great games. You got Saric, up-tempo game against the Pelicans. He's a guy, he's going to play 33, 34 minutes. He's going to get you around 30 fantasy points. For him to hit value, you need 35. He's averaging 28 on the season. You can look at Mirotic. They got this guy to score, to play a lot of minutes. He's played 35 and 32 minutes in both games since joining the Pelicans. Utah wasn't the best matchup, but, going against Minnesota, he did go off for 48 fantasy points. We know this guy has massive upside. You need 35 for him to hit value. This is a solid spot for a very up-tempo game. We'll go to Taj Gibson. He did play for the Bulls. So this is kind of a little bit of a revenge game for him as well. He doesn't do nothing special. He'll occasionally get you high 30s to 40s. But for him to hit value, all you need is 28. He's averaging 27 on the season. I think he's a very consistent cash game play. You got Favors going against Charlotte on a back-to-back. I think Utah's going to dominate this game. For the most part, he's going to play about 28, 29 minutes. The thing about him is with Gobert in there, it kind of takes a little bit of rebounds and stuff away. But either way, he's a solid play. The price tag is fair. For him to evaluate 27, he's averaging 27 on the season. One guy I'm really liking, I'm going to just lock him into my core. All he needs is 19 to hit value. He's already been playing. The minutes have been ticking up a little bit. Now they're going to be super short-handed tomorrow, so I can see him getting 32 to 34 minutes, getting the start. We know this is a guy, he can crush his price tag. I'm really liking Green tomorrow. I think he's going to be a very good value play. I'm going to put him at power forward. Lastly, we'll finish off with center, Anthony Davis. We had the BS last game, but I'm going to go right back to the well. He had an off game against Utah, good defensive team, but before that, he's been crushing. He had 57 in 5 straight games. For him to hit value, you need 57. I'm really liking Anthony Davis in the up-tempo game. Going against Philadelphia. Embiid isn't something that really scares me. Then you can look at Towns going against Chicago. For him to hit value, we need about 47. He's averaging 43 on the season. He's got you at least 45 in 2 straight games. It's all about if this game stays close or not. But Towns is always a solid GPP play. You can look at Capella. They're going to need him in against Jokic. He's a guy, he doesn't even have to play that many minutes, and he fills up the stat sheet like crazy. He's got you a 46 and a 50 in 2 of the past 4 games with 30s in the other 2 spots, which is still not bad. You need 40 for him to hit value, averaging 35 on the season. Capella's solid play. Horford, he has a chance to get a triple-double every night. Very up-tempo game. He's averaging 34 on the season. For him to hit value, we need 37. I like him. One thing I will note, like I said, is Celtics are on a back-to-back, so hopefully they won't monitor his minutes. Last guy I'm going to talk about, Robin Lopez on the cheap. You need 20 for him to hit value. We know Towns isn't a good defender. He only played 13 minutes against Sac because he got ejected. But the 2 games before that, he got 36 or 28 minutes. I like him. I think the price is very fair. He's averaging 23 fantasy points on the season, which is almost 6 times value on this price tag. So I'm really liking Lopez. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Let me go ahead and fill out this. I'm liking Anthony Davis in this spot. Shooting guard, I'm going to have to go with Holiday. Point guard, I'm going to have to go with, I like Teague going against a Chicago team who really struggles. So that's kind of where I'm at. This is a core that I'm really liking. You may have to pay down a little bit for Anthony Davis. It depends on if we get some value or what's going on tomorrow. But yeah, and this is kind of where I'm at. Remember, I'm giving away a free lineup to one of you lucky viewers, Fanduel and DraftKings for tomorrow's slate. All you got to do is like this video, make sure you're subscribed, comment your name below, and I'll pick somebody tomorrow as long as we get those 200 likes. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening, and goodbye.